Hello guys, welcome to another video. So I know it's been a while since I uploaded. I don't know it has been how many months, but yeah, I'm not back fully, but I'll try and give you, let's say, 2 videos a week. I think that's fair. So I'm just gonna run through this one, which is the Brent oil, and I'm just gonna show you the sequence that you can follow even when you're doing your own analysis, how you can do your own analysis from the highest time frame until the time frame where you're going to be executing. So this one here, I opened the monthly chart and the structure looks like this. So what have we got here? So what we can see is that we have been to this highest point and then came to this low and then went up to about there. And when we went up there, we actually went above this candlesticks that appears to be a bullish one, because if you look at the colors that I used here, it appears to be white, so it is a bullish one, and we went above it. So which is why that could validate this one to be a valid zone, this one around there, right? And then that's the zone that looks like on this time frame we are approaching. So let's just mark it so that we can see, you can see what I'm talking about, because it's very important for you to be able to to spot these levels, so that you can be able to see when the price reacts to them and act accordingly. So the level that we're talking about is this one here, guys. So that's the level that we got today. So we can see that the price is approaching it. So basically, after this level was formed here, the price went up there, but confirming that this is the level, and then it came back and tested it here, and then it went up and still failed to create a new high. So this is some weakness in the bulls because of what? Yes, their level is holding, but they are also failing to create a new high. Let's keep that in mind. So now we are coming to test the level again. So it's a question of whether the price, the zone is going to hold again, or the sellers, as much as for the fact that they pushed from there, are they going to win? We don't know about that. All we know is that this is a very sensitive level that we are tapping into. So I think that's all that we can take from this one, is that we are approaching a very, very, very sensitive level around here. If I can just mark it like this. So this is the level that if you're trading the biggest time frames, you'll be keeping your eyes there. So now let's check what we have on weekly. So on the weekly chart, this is what we got. And what we can see here is that when this monthly level was formed there, that's the very same area where even the weekly confirmed something. What did it confirm? That's when the price was moving to the downside, and we came back and took that trend line and started going to the upside, confirming the very same weekly level that's located around the same monthly level. And then we kept on going to the upside, and then that's when the price came back and then tested this area of support there, and then it went up. When it went up, it actually went until there, then it failed to create a new high, which is the same thing that we saw on the monthly. I said that the monthly tapped the monthly zone, but then we are failing to create a new high. We are coming back for the second time. This is a very sign of weakness, because if you were weak, if you're strong as a bull, you need to be taking out the areas of resistance. You need to be creating new highs. But the moment you fail, fall short of a high, and then you allow the sellers to push you down, that's where we start to see that you're actually weak. So that's what we can see here, that the bulls, after confirming that they're pushing to the upside, they left a trail here, and then the price came back and tapped it, and then it went up, but it failed to create a new high. Then the price came again and then took out that zone. When it took out that zone, that's when this one was validated as the weekly area of resistance. And then the price went back to the monthly, and the weekly that's located within the monthly, and then it formed a bullish pin bar, as you can see here. A pin bar is basically a candlestick that has a long tail like that. It could have the tail below, or it could have the tail above. So what it means is that, I can start with this one. What it means is that this could be a bullish one or a bearish one. It doesn't matter. It means that the price at some point, when this candlestick was being formed, the price pushed down until there. But before the candlestick could close, the momentum or the bulls pushed up and forced it to close up there, leaving a tail. So which means when this candlestick was formed, towards the closing of that candlestick, the bulls were very strong. That's why they left that tail below, because they were pushing the price up, leaving the tail, which is what we have here. which is what we have here. After the price tapped into, the price was moving to the downside very strongly, right? But after tapping into the monthly area of support, it's a very sensitive level, like I said. And then all of a sudden, we see the sellers not showing the same strength, but rather the bulls are coming in and then forcing them to have these bullish pin bars there. And that's when the bulls pushed to the upside. But at the same time, as much as they're pushing to the upside, you need to remember you can't ignore this guy, because this is the guy that pushed down and defeated your very same support when you are still going to the upside. So this is the level that's very sensitive as our resistance, very, very sensitive also. So which is why after tapping into this level, then the price just went to that level and then reversed again. So now, like I said, the view here is still the same as what we saw on the monthly. We just have our eyes here to say that, are we going to hold and then go to the upside, or are we going to, tap into the level, maybe stay there and then break it? Because of what? We saw some level of weakness on the monthly when the price formed the monthly zone and went up, tested the monthly zone, but then failed to give us a new high. When the bulls are strong, we need to be taking out highs and forming new highs. But then when we fell short of this high, that's when we're like, all of a sudden the sellers became strong, because they didn't even allow the bulls to tap, to go up there. Then the sellers pushed down. So that's why I'm saying this is going to be a very interesting level to say that when the price gets there, are we going to go up or are we going to break it? But like I said, it's going to be very sensitive, and this is an area where you can look for buying opportunities, but keeping an eye that this level is not fresh, because it was tapped, it was the price tested it before, but it's going to be an area where you can search for buying opportunities. So on weekly, this is what we have. We are just looking at this level as a level of interest. At the same time, we are saying that the what do you call this, the nearest possible area would be this one here as our resistance. So if you are to take a buy trade from that lowest point from here, you can't ignore this guy, because this is part of the move that pushed down and then breaking out all these guys on its way down. So we need to make sure that the resistance that is found there, we can't ignore it. If you take your buy trades, you can exit some of your trades there. I hope you're still following. So let's check our daily chart and see if we'll find anything interesting that side. So on daily, this is what we got. Okay, that's some interesting stuff here. All right, so we know that the price was, in a very bullish move. It was in a bullish trend there. And when the price was in a bullish trend, the highest point it reached was this one. And when it was at that highest point, it means during that time, our bullish trend line was here, and our area of support was there. And what did the price do? Let's try and zoom in and see if we can find anything. I want to put the actual lines and the zone so that you can see what I'm talking about. The trend line was there, and we both agree that the trend line was taken out, because we can see the price did move to the outside of the trend line. We both agree. And then we can remove this weekly zone for now, because there's something I'm trying to explain here. At that point, when we're still going to the upside, the nearest support was this one, right? Agree. And the price did tap into the support, and then it pushed up. But the thing is, it was not easy to take that buy trade, because of what? Yes, we are tapping into the support, but at the same time, we are no longer pushing to the upside, because their area of, the trend line, the bullish trend line was removed. So what we see is that the price took out the trend line, it went down, and then marking this as the level that did what? That took out the trend line. Then it just went up to somewhere around there, and then it pushed down. When it pushed down, that's when we were like, now we can see clearly that the price has removed the support the moment it went lower than it there, and also it removed the trend line, which means we became bearish again. And then that's when you're like, okay, if we are becoming bearish, and then I need to do something about that. So this is the level, this one here. It's actually the level that did what? That finished the job, that moved the price down and finished the bullish structures by breaking that support. And then now we became bearish, and we know that we were, in a very sharp move to the downside. The price has a chance of coming all the way down there. And then along the way, we did pause and then went up to test that, and then go into the downside. Because of what? We have this one here. because the area of resistance there at the top, the price unfortunately didn't go there, but after it was formed, the price did give us another one around there. Because of what we can see, that's where the price moved down and then went up, and then from there it pushed to the downside. But we're still not yet there at the main support that we are interested in, which is which one? Which is this one here. So that's why we're saying the price is on its way there. But is it gonna go there now, or is it gonna play around before going there? We don't know about that. But what I can tell you now is that currently we are bearish on this time frame, which is daily, and our bearish trend line is somewhere around there, right? And then this being our bearish trend line, we also have our area of resistance located around the trend line, which is this one here. So which means if you are trading daily, you would wait for a pullback, because you can see we still have some space before we can tap into the main zone that we are interested in, the very same one that we said when the price taps into it. As much as on the monthly says that we can take it out, but I don't think we're just gonna go past it like it doesn't exist. So which means we can play around there before actually taking it out. So that's why I said that's the level that we'll be searching for buy trades. So we still have space to get there, which means if the price was to give you a pullback maybe towards the trend line or towards that actual support resistance, you can push the price and take a sell trade targeting this level there. You see, so at the moment we do have a chance to actually push to the downside, to the upside, towards the trend line. And when you look to the left, you can see we actually have an old zone there that's currently holding, but there was nothing important about that zone. Let's see, was there anything? Because at some point we had our trend line there, and the price tapped around there and then went up and then continued. So there's nothing significant at around that level, but it is an area, an obstacle along the way. So maybe it will push the price up to give you a chance to take that one last sell before the bulls come in, right? So now let's check what we have on H4. So basically I'm saying that here we have a chance to take a short trade or short-term buy trades to the upside, maybe towards the trend line, or you can just wait for the price to go up there and then take those sell trades towards this level. So those are the last push. Who's going to be the last push to the downside before the bulls at that main support, the monthly support, kick in, right? Unless, of course, if the price does that and then it plays outside, then that's when you will buy from there. But at this moment, we are saying we are leaning towards this one. But the price might not get there immediately, meaning it might give you another chance to actually trade towards that zone. So let's check what we have on H4. So this is what we have on H4. The structure looks more or less the same as what we got on what's this on daily. So let's go back and mark that daily resistance, because I'm trying to show you something here. So this is just the sequence that you can follow even when whether you're trading currencies or whatever that you always trade, you can follow the same sequence. So now this is our daily resistance there, and then we know that price tapped into a very interesting daily support there, even though it was not so significant, but it is fresh and it looked like a valid area or valid object or an obstacle along the way. So now we said that you can look for short-term buy trades, or you can just wait there at the top for the price to get there, and then you take that one last sell to the upside, to the downside. So here we have our nearest area of resistance being this one here. Now the question is, can we take a trade from there, or should I rather wait for the price to push up towards at least the trend line, the daily trend line, or the resistance before I can take a sell trade? Like, is there any significance around this area of resistance here? The answer is yes, and I will show you what it is that it has done for us, for it to be, something that we can, we can look towards, right? When the price was here and we were moving to the downside and we had our trend line around there, this is the very same guy that pushed the price up and broke that area of resistance and broke the trend line. So which means this became a very significant a very significant support on this time frame. So the level that I had marked, which is this one here, we can see that it is the one that actually, after being formed, it pushed the price below the very same significant area of support that was there before it. So which is why I'm saying this resistance there, it's actually the one that finished this support, this old support. So that's why I'm saying it's very significant. So when we said that you can take short-term buy trades and take the trades to the downside, the long trades, the short-term ones that you're taking, if you get a chance, you can take until there, or you can just wait and take your sell trades from there and hope that the price will then move towards the main support. Or if this one fails, then it's fine, you shift your focus to the next one. But the point I was trying to make is that this resistance here is actually one of the areas where you can look for sell trades when the price gets there. I don't know if I should do H1 also and see. You see, the structure is not different. So what you can do on this one, if you're interested in taking the trade to the upside, it's not gonna be an easy one, but we can see that there was a pause there, the drop, base, drop, because you can see there's a candlestick, a bullish one within the bearish move, and we have another one there, we have another one there. So because we don't have a nice trend line, because if you want to put a trend line on this time frame, you're gonna have to, let's remove this one so that I can show you. If you want to put a trend line on this time frame, you're gonna have to place it somewhere there, and that's a bit far, right? So we can say that if you want to accompany the price up to that resistance that we have our eyes on, if you want to take a sell trade, so you can wait for the price to remove the trend line, and then you mark this as your support, and then you take a buy trade from there, and then you put your TP there. Maybe you can leave one trade running just in case this TP is taken out and the price moves up to the daily area, which is up there, and the daily trend line. Then you know that you still have the trade. And so now you are just looking for the price to give you, maybe go above this, go about take out those ones, so that you can say this guy, because he's the one that just pushed the price up and broke these bearish structures, and then I can wait for a pullback around this support. But make sure you have a stop loss just below there, and then take a trade. Your target would be that one. So that's my view on this one. So I just wanted to show you the sequence or the steps in which you can use to come up with any signal. If you want a signal, if you want to trade, you just want to set up and make sense of it until you can conclude that I'm going to be taking sell trades here, or I'm going to be taking buy trades. You can follow the sequence that I used here. So yeah, that's all that I wanted to show you guys. Hopefully you'll be able to trade this one either to the upside or just wait there and take it to the downside. It's up to you, but here I just wanted to show that whether you are trading on the bigger time frames or you're trading on the smaller time frames, the approach, you can approach the market the same way and still come up with the conclusion as to whether you should be buying or selling. So yeah, that's all that I wanted to share with you today. Hopefully you learn something from this, and if you enjoy this type of videos, you can just subscribe if you haven't done so, and then I'll try and bring another video maybe after a day or two. All right, thank you.